Hello. I wonder if we have audio this time after a full restart. Uh, Full microphone check. Hey, you know what? I have a feeling it's working. I have a feeling it is working. Yep, I'd say so. I'll just check on the YouTubes. Yep, full volume. Perfect. Okay, we have a better connection. Everything is tested, working well. I'm just going to make sure. A little loud there. I'm going to turn it down. Sorry, folks, if that was a bit loud. Didn't after having no audio for the previous two. Yeah, don't know what was going on there, but we have audio now. Just going to share this out on the Twit Twat. And now with audio. And we'll tweet that out. And there we go. All right, looks like the audio's good. Uh, my buddy and I have stoked up the fire. It's going pretty good. And now we'll see if anyone shows up. We shall see. All right. Hey, Scotty. Hi. Yes. Hello. Yes. So, Scotty, funny thing happened. Um, no volume for the first two streams. And so I did a full restart of the laptop. Um, Everything's working now. So there was no mute on or anything like that. The microphones are working. The computer just needed to be restarted. So we're all good. Oh, and it does need to be plugged in so we don't run out of juice. So we get the fire stoked up. And yeah. So let's see. Yes, Scotty in the chat says, I can hear you. Can you hear the fire, Scotty? That's the question. Can you hear the fire? Oh, no, that actually says, I can hear you. Can you? How much does that cost? Here. Okay. There we go. Here. Yes, you are here. No, the first spelling for hearing was correct, but you know that. And you are here. I guess this is you saying, here. I'm here too. Hello, Scotty. And in the chat, he says, did you see Guardians 3? No, not yet. My buddy has. And he says it could have been better. But I know some people in our community have seen it and they liked it. So I don't know if I'll pay money to see it, but we'll see how it goes. I don't want anything to ruin my memory of the first two. So, sort of like watching Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. It's not a good idea, but I might go see it. We'll see. Uh, we'll see what happens. But might throw a little bit of. I don't know if we want to throw a little bit of fire or a little bit of wood on the fire, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. Uh, we shall see. But I would like to. I mean, I'm an hour away from the movie theater, but yeah, I might go. I might go see it. We'll see. And what's yeah, we might get that fire up and going a little bit better. We'll see. Uh, Scotty, did you? I think you saw. You said you did see Guardians of the Galaxy, number three, and just wondering what your take on that was. If you enjoyed that or not. Scotty in the chat says, "I'm gonna pay money to see that their Dial of Dentistry. Long journey for theater. It is. You're right. Well, it's a long journey for fast food too, so that makes it easier to avoid the fast food. Definitely. Yeah. Tell me what you think when you go see it. Tell me what you think of Guardians, and we'll go from there. Scotty, check your DMs too. And hey, Sean Carter. Hi. Yes, I'm back. I did restart the laptop as per your suggestion, and it fired up. No problem. So I've got sound here. I don't know if you can hear the fire. Uh, maybe you can. It's pretty crackly. Glad to be back. The restart worked well. And Sean Carter in the chat says, "Hails to Scotty." Scotty R37 says, "I did not see it. Jill did. I think she liked it." Jill liked the Indiana Jones. Really? Wait till Doomcock finds out. Kidding. She's allowed to like it if she wants. And Doomcock would agree. So, see if we can get a little bit more fire going here. Oh, I think we can get some more fire going here. Oh, yeah, we can. Should we get more fire going? I think we should. You feel free to speak if you have to. Camera. Who knows you? I can't hear the fire.
Make it bigger.
Sean Carter says, "I can't hear the fire, but you're coming in fine." Oh, good, Sean. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I just needed to restart the laptop. It's an older laptop. It's a ThinkPad. It still has a disk drive, but I love it. It's bulletproof. It's got a solid state, so hard drive. But it is old, and sometimes it doesn't like to connect with the internet, especially out here in the country, right? We are out in the country. So just a minute, we're going to stoke up this fire. So enjoy. All right, we stoked up the fire a little bit, and yeah, we've got restrictions here on the size of fire that we're allowed, just because it is forest fire season, and BC is pretty good for forest fires, but parts of Canada are having fires now, so we're allowed to have campfires, but they can't be any bigger than this. So we've got the water hose and the shovels right here, if need be, but that's contained. It's got a big rock wall around it, and I've cleared all the area around it, and I've made sure that there's nothing that can catch fire, so we're good. But that's pretty good for now. Yeah, if it wasn't forest fire season, I'd have it 4 times bigger than that, as you know. But that's what we've got for right now. No, the audio didn't die. I just muted it for a second. And Pleasant Valley Picker says, "Can Spidey do written cards? I could do written placards. Wouldn't that be funny? I could totally do that." No sound again. Yes, no, I muted it. I didn't want you to hear the screams from the next door neighbors. I'm kidding. No next door neighbors. No screaming either. It's actually pretty quiet tonight. You can hear the creek, the fire, and my buddy and I, and that's about it. Sean Carter says, "Blink twice if you're in trouble." No, all good now, Sean Carter. Thanks for joining. Carla Burton is here, all the way from New Zealand. Hi, Carla. Thanks for joining us. Love the jumper. Oh, yeah? Thanks. Yeah, I got this a couple of years ago. Love it. Check out the back. Yeah, this is really comfy. Probably one of my favorite hoodies. I have several Spidey hoodies. Okay, and back to chat. Pleasant Valley Picker. Yeah, sound. I just muted it for a bit. We definitely have sound. Sean Carter says hello to Carla Burton. Pleasant Valley Picker says forest fire has been no problem here so far. No, they haven't. We don't have quite as many psycho arsonists in this part of BC like they do in Quebec and Alberta. And I think people in BC are, because we have had years where we've had so much fire. This year everyone out here, we don't have as many because I think a lot of people here are maybe more cautious than in other provinces, because BC usually gets hit so hard, certainly harder than a lot of other places. So we all are used to it here. We're cautious. Like, we've got a lot of precautions here for this fire. People drive around with shovels in their cars, and water in some cases, fire extinguishers. Carla Burton saying hello to Sean Carter. Carla Burton, ha ha ha. And Sean Carter says, "If I ever win the lottery and win fuck it money, I want to pay for all of our community to come up there and join in a campfire party." Oh, Sean Carter, that would be fun, wouldn't it? There's plenty of room around here. We could even go up the mountain or out to the lake and have another huge campfire over my brother's place even. He's got a 4-meter diameter campfire circle and a campground. That would be good. Why are the neighbors screaming? No, that was a joke. There's no screaming. There's no neighbors. Well, there are, but they're pretty far away. I might be able to hear them scream, maybe. Serial killers? No serial killers here, buddy. Serial killing delicious animals, partridge and deer, but other than that, other than animals being killed. No, we're pretty safe around here, but thank you for the ticket, Spidey. 12 ticks to crashing. Ooh, 12 ticks. So that's 12 seconds, I would assume. Yeah, well, you're welcome, Scotty. No. Wrong button. There we go. No, fair enough, Scotty. It's been a long day for everybody. Carla Burton says, "What's the temp?" Usually, this far in June, would be warmer than we are. We're getting up to maybe 23 degrees in the daytime. And at night, we're getting pretty cold, like 7 degrees, 8 degrees. So that's pretty friggin' cold for summer. We just had the first day of summer a couple of days ago here, 3 days ago, and it should be warmer than this. Right now, I'm guessing it's probably, 15 degrees now?
It's cold.
Something like that, 12 degrees. It's
12.
chilly, like, watch this. You can see my breath. That's cold. But mind you, last month, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, it was hot as hell. It was 30 degrees, over 30 degrees Celsius in the day. So, excuse me, and 17 at night. So that's unusual for, excuse me, that's unusual for May. Nope, no big fires here. A lot of people are maybe, especially news. I mean, mainstream media, they blow out of proportion the seriousness of forest fires. And that's not to say that forest fires aren't serious. They do a lot of damage. But I think the news media loves to play it up and make it bigger than it is. But right now, in our part of BC, and we're in the Kamloops fire region, and that's a huge region that covers a lot of the Okanagan, and there's no real huge concern here yet. We've had a pretty good fire year here in BC, and actually in Canada in general this year, believe it or not, despite the media and the early start to it and the rash of them, a lot of them started by arsonists. The fires in Canada have been going down since we had a bad year in 2006, but since the 90s, they've been going down and down. So, and again, I think the statistic I saw, the government stat, was something like 17% or something like that of the forest fires are started by lightning. So, but the vast majority are started by humans, either accidentally or on purpose in some cases. So, but right now around our area, the forest fire danger, they've got signs on the highway that give you an exact indication of how dry the forests are and what the forest fire danger is. And it goes from extreme down to low. So right now we were low, and I think we're medium right now. So it can go low, medium, high, and extreme. And a lot of the times this time of year we're at extreme. So far pretty good this year. Hey, JPRPH1, good to see you. Welcome. Hi, Canadian Spider-Man. Good to see you live at Campfire Streams. Yeah, man, we're having them again. They just took off the campfire restrictions a few days ago, so we can have fires again. So welcome, man. Good to see you. Pleasant Valley Picker says, I remember a week, like a month ago, when we had smoke. We did. It was bad, too, blowing in from Alberta. So Alberta had a lot of fires. So, that was no bueno. Oh, love the campfire streams. Okay. Yep, that works too. And Sean Carter says, 1 moment, calculating meters to feet. Just, to get feet, just times by 3. So, well, 3.3, but 3 is close enough. Celsius to Fahrenheit. Now, that is a different. That is, yeah, that's right, Carla. Times are divided by 3. But yeah, Celsius to Fahrenheit, there's a trick to that. Sean Carter says, I'll be right back. Need to mute the speakers to record a little segment. Oh, nice. Excellent. Well, yeah, you get some work done, Sean. Pleasant Valley Picker says, I'll probably crash in a while, too. Well, hey, I'm just glad the audio works and happy to be here, guys. Carla Burton clapping. Why, thank you. Pleasant Valley Picker says, you came on a bit late. I know, I tried to come on an hour and a bit ago, but no audio. Gonna get some sleep, just stopped by to say hi. Thanks for being here, JPRPH1. Appreciate you dropping in and appreciate the like. That's like our Auckland winter. Yeah. I'd like to visit Auckland one day. Absolutely. I want to do all the tropical places first, of course, you can understand. Close my windows at night. Yeah, we have to. Absolutely. Dang, she says. Yeah, I know. It's cold. No, thank you. Yeah, mid-May was hot. Darn right. And Pleasant Valley Picker says, had my birthday then and had a barbecue with cousin and wife. Weather was hot. It was hot. It was really good. My birthday was in April, end of April. And yeah, we had good weather. It was nice and warm. Carla Burton says, a lot of greeny policies drive forest fire problems. That is true. Even council regulations. Absolutely. The forest fire management, anyone that has been in it for a while, you hear them speak, they say the same thing. The forest management, we don't let things burn maybe as much as we should, and there's a lot to it that I don't understand. So definitely double it in that 32. Yep, for Fahrenheit to or Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yeah, figured something like that. All right. Well, it was a late stream, and I just wanted to come on and at least make sure the audio was working and give you guys a little bit of a fire. But yeah, what do you think about the whole submarine tragedy? And that is a tragedy, and I feel bad for the people that were passengers, along with the I believe it was the CEO of the company who was sort of driving the project and controlling the machine. And I've heard a lot of stories about how he was cutting corners and quite proud of how economical he was building this thing. It's like, ooh, and he didn't follow standard building practices or materials, and that, that's how we discover new things. I mean, that is, throughout human history, people have discovered, the first guy to put chocolate and peanut butter together. That was brilliant. So good on him for trying new things. I can say that I don't think it was a good idea to test it out with live human beings. Maybe yourself, if you're the one doing new experimental designs and economical ways of, maybe perhaps too economical ways of producing the thing, then you go and test it out. But to take passengers, I think, or send it down unmanned and with some sensors and data. I know that from what I've heard, he used carbon fiber in a lot of the design or parts of the design, and unlike they couldn't place pressure sensors on it because they wouldn't work. Steel subs, steel hulls, you can put pressure sensors on them, and then this because the steel will bend and then flex, and as it does, that activates the sensor, and the sensor lets you know, okay, we're approaching tolerances. But with carbon fiber, apparently, and my experience with this, with ski poles and things like that, would say that's true, and hockey sticks, that they don't flex all that much. They just snap when they reach their limit. And so that might have been part of the problem. But I've been watching a lot of the. I've been watching a lot of the. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I've been watching a lot of it, and on the YouTube, and so I've got to rely on the information provided there. But apparently, this the CEO, and I don't know whether it's the owner and CEO or just the CEO, but um, he did a lot of things never done before with this type of submarine, and using perhaps parts that weren't really designed or meant for the submarine. Apparently, the porthole window, they saved some money on that specifically, and so that's, and again, if that's how we discover things in science and human history. Trying new things is the way that we discover things, and I'm certainly a big fan of going against convention, 100%. But when you do that, I think you have to be responsible enough to uh, not take anyone down with you, and that's the tragedy in all this. Send it unmanned. Pleasant Valley says the sub thing was fucked up. Yes, it was. Send it unmanned first, or if you're the crazy fucker that's designing the thing and cutting and trying new things, then you go ahead and you be the guinea pig. But that's my take on it, and we'll see. More details are coming out. Get a drink, Carla Burton says. Good. I did have a drink. I had some vodka here. I had some red tassel Russian vodka. I'll have to get that. But apparently, the porthole window was one thing in particular that I was told that it was really expensive to one that they used was good to something like a depth of say 1,300 meters, and they were planning on going to 4,000 meters. But the window for that was much more expensive and more complicated. Pleasant Valley Picker says never use crap parts. No kidding, especially in something that's gonna make or break your life. Saved money, lost lives. Exactly. Yes, Pleasant Valley Picker. West Kegel, hey there, Canadian Spider-Man. Saw your stream and thought I'd stop in and say hello. Oh, hey, it's good to have you here, West Kegel. We've got the bonfire going there. It's a campfire, really. This is the biggest I'm allowed to have in British Columbia right now, because you might have heard Canada has some forest fires out east. So out here we have restrictions, and so that's what we've got right now. But it's still giving off some heat right here, and it's actually pretty big. We're pretty far away from it. We could be closer. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Pleasant Valley Picker in the chat says, imagine the families will sue their ass off. Well, they would have signed, you know, liability agreements, but those can always be argued in court, and often successfully, if there was any kind of negligence. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I did study law and grew up in a family, let's just say, with some legal experts, and does not make me an expert, but my understanding is, pretty sure in this, that if there's any sort of negligence, that then signing a liability waiver doesn't get the people responsible out of being held accountable. So, and fair enough. Pleasant Valley Picker says, I have no interest in seeing Titanic or Everest. Well, you know what? They have great Blu-rays and DVDs that you can get, and you can feel as if you're there. So I love to travel, but seeing the Titanic, I mean, I love to scuba dive, but I don't really want to go down more than like 120 feet or 40 meters. Not really. I mean, the light is pretty dim down there. I believe I've been down there to the max on the chart anyway that I was allowed to go as a rescue diver. And it's 120 feet, 40 meters. There's not a lot of life down there. There's not a lot of life down there, and there's not a lot of light. You've got to take your own. So the top is my preference. And West Cagle says, we get those restrictions in the Pine Barrens here in New Jersey as well. And there is a dry spell when there's a dry spell. Yeah. We've had some rain. So they did have a complete fire ban, including campfires, just a couple of weeks ago. But it ended a few days ago because we've had quite a bit of rain. So, now we're allowed to have this again. New Jersey. Okay, well, hey, I've been to New Jersey. Greetings. Value my life too much, Pleasant Valley Picker says. Yeah, exactly. When I was younger, I did a lot of maybe things that I wouldn't do now because, now that I'm older, I was like, wait a minute. I value my life. There's a lot of cool shit that to be done in this life. There's a lot of great people to meet and a lot of great places to see. And a hell of a lot of good food and drink. So, life is too. My life is too precious to me to be doing something like going down to the Titanic. But I've been to some pretty shady places. I've been to Marrakesh in, and that was pretty sketchy. And then up north, it's not. Oh shit! It's escaping me. It's not. What's the port city? Tangier in Morocco. That's right across from Gibraltar from Spain, and Tangier is a sketchy city at the best of times because of trafficking that goes on there and the drugs, and it's a big port, and there's poverty in Morocco, and I booked the ferry. And it got delayed. I didn't intend to show up there at 10 o'clock at night without a place to stay, but that's what happened. And, been in some other sketchy situations too. But going down to see the Titanic, and I love adventure, mountain climbing and scuba diving in the cenotes in Mexico. I mean, you're cave diving. It's pretty sketchy, 80 meters down. But that's not 4,000 meters down in an experimental sub. So... exactly. And in the chat, Pleasant Valley Picker says, every time I hear about Everest, I hear about all the bodies left there. Yeah, same. I can go up Whistler Mountain or mountains in Colorado, or I've been up in India. I've been up 5,000 meters in the Indian Himalayas there. And that was a hell of a struggle, but it was a 2-day thing. It wasn't the Everest. I mean, Everest is, there's no need for it. I agree, Pleasant Valley. That's just my opinion. Mileage might vary. Carla Burton in the chat says, okay, I got to go help a boy practice a play. I'll see what you're up to later. Okay, great, Carla. I don't think I'm going to stay up too late. It's already quarter to midnight here. So I don't think I'll be staying up too much later. But thanks for stopping in. And thanks, Pleasant Valley. And hey, Tim Stock. Hey, good to see you. Audio is dope as fuck. Hey, thanks, man. I just had to restart the laptop and the connection improved immediately. So I just restarted it all. That's all it took. Tim Stock says, open chat. Chat is open. I'm not taking on any guests right now on the stream, though. I'm just doing a short one, and just to get get a little bit of fire time. Ooh, airplane, jet plane. Yeah, ooh, that's getting loud. But yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the submarine, the fire situation in Canada, and then the horrible submarine tragedy. Pleasant Valley Picker says, "Yeah, I was young and dumb once. It was fun, but not again." Yep, young and dumb. Yeah, I got on a motorcycle in me and an Irish girl that I was with got on the backs of motorcycle taxis in Vietnam. In damned if I remember where that was. In the Mekong Delta, maybe. And yeah, out to the port late at night, out to this sketchy port area to catch a ferry in the middle of the night somewhere. And yeah, they could have taken us somewhere, taken our belongings at knife point if they wanted to, I imagine. But so yeah, that was young and dumb. Not that young, so I was 30 something, but younger and dumber. West Kegel in the chat says, as for this sub disaster, I always say one needs to follow the rules of stupid. Don't go stupid places at stupid times and do stupid things with stupid people. They violated all but the time one. Yeah. Well, who knows? It may have been rushed. Maybe the time thing was also stupid. It might have been rushed. We don't know. I know budget was certainly according to what I've heard about the CEO and the people designing it, budget was really important. So they might have rushed it. You never know. And I would have waited until at least you can establish some sort of communication. From my understanding, they didn't have any system of communication for when they're down that deep. So, at least wait till you have communication. Pleasant Valley Picker in the chat says, thing is, Spidey, many years ago, Everest meant something to climb. When everyone and their dog did it, not so much. Yep, 100% Pleasant Valley, that's right. Once everyone's done it, it kind of loses its appeal. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's just a shame that, I mean, it's a shame that the guy that was in charge of it all and built it all, it's too bad he died, but I have certainly more compassion for the passengers on the boat who maybe trusted him, and it wasn't their decisions. A lot of what actually was, they might not have been told the whole story about how the thing was built. So anyway, that's my take on that. But I think I'm just happy to have an open microphone, a working microphone now, and it seems good. Fire's going okay, but yeah, what else was there? Not much else to say about the submarine disaster. Apparently, the American military, the Navy, heard the implosion when it happened, and they sat on that information for a while before releasing it, perhaps to see if maybe there would be some survivors or see what happened. But I'm not surprised. There are sonar listening stations in all the oceans. So if something like that were to happen, I have no doubt a naval station or a research station would hear that happen. I mean, sound underwater is magnified incredibly. There's some credible theories out there that some of the reasons why maybe the whales beach themselves is to get away from the damn noise. We've got blasting and drilling, and you can hear things from the other side of the ocean using. So I know I was involved with a woman who works for the NOAA program, and her job is to listen to some of these sonar recordings. And you can hear stuff on the other side of the planet in the water. So I have no doubt that it was heard as soon as it happened. And I have no doubt, judging on, depending on what they heard, that they would have known if there was complete total failure and survivors or not. But anyway. Pleasant Valley Picker in the chat says, I heard they sat on it for nearly a week. Well, yeah, that's also what I heard. We may have heard the same program. But I guess they wanted to see if, if there was what the fallout was and maybe if there was any survivors, I guess. Last Sunday was when it happened, I heard. Yep, I've heard the same, Pleasant Valley Picker. Yeah. But that is a tragedy, but hopefully they've got lots of documentation on exactly how the thing was built, and at least if something can come of it, maybe we can learn what not to do. And I don't mean that trying to be funny, but learn what not to do when building submarines, and maybe they had some good ideas, and we can learn from it. You can definitely learn from all this. But anyway, folks, it is coming up on midnight here pretty quick in a few minutes, and I think I'm going to shut her down. I just wanted to get on and have a little fire with y'all before midnight, and just talk about a couple of current events, the submarine and the fires around Canada. So right now, like Pleasant Valley Picker says, he's just up the road from me in the Okanagan in British Columbia, and it's not too bad here. We don't have a lot of smoke in the air, and the fire situation is pretty good. So hopefully we're gonna get some more rain in the next couple of days. So it's just getting better and better. Time to go, Pleasant Valley Picker. Yeah, it's getting late and it's been a long day, so I think we're just gonna wrap it up. And I did a stream last night with Cardinal Sin. We did a midnight to midnight, and we streamed. Well, he streamed for 6 hours. I got on there for about 3 or 4. We were up till about 4 in the morning, so it's been a long day, man. Sean Carter says, "Thanks, CSM. Stay safe, sir, and have fun." I will definitely have fun, and safety. Yeah, we'll try and be safe as possible, as long as it doesn't get in the way of some fun. West Kegel says, Canadian Spider-Man, thanks for the chat. See you soon. Hey, thanks for being here, West Kegel. I appreciate you being here. Whoopa Troopa. Hello, Monsieur Canadien. Hey, good to see you, Whoopa Troopa. Just wrapping up. It's just about midnight here in the Vancouver time zone here. So just wrapping up, and Pleasant Valley Picker says, yes, it's been good so far, referring to the forest fire situation in British Columbia. I was sleeping before Sin started. Oh, yeah, Cardinal Sin last night. Yeah, he started at midnight Central, so which is 10 p.m. where we are. And then I joined him after Doomcock around 12:30 Pacific time. So, yeah, I just want to say thanks for being here. Carla Burton, Pleasant Valley Picker, Sean Carter. I know Lemon Pie was here earlier in the other stream. Scotty R37, thanks for being here. Anti-Dirt of Jill was in the other stream as well. Good to see you. I hope usually we'll have longer streams, but this bonfire is about as big as I can have it right now, and it's getting kind of chilly out here. It's going down to 7 degrees Celsius tonight, so it's JPR PH1 dropped by. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate you hitting the like button. Thank you very much for that. Just do it for fun. There's no money involved, but I appreciate the show of support. Wes Kegel, thanks for being here. Tim's Talk, thanks for being here. Tim's Talk, I appreciate you dropping in, man. And with Patrupa, as I said, have a good night, everybody. Pleasant Valley Picker, good night, folks. Sean Carter says, y'all ever known you had an open half full beer somewhere? I can't find it. That's me right now. Ooh, I hate that, Sean Carter. And it has happened to me usually after I've had about 7 or so or more. So yeah, hopefully you find it. You always do find it, and I personally always drink it regardless of whether it's warm or not. So hopefully you find it and you can enjoy that. And you know what? Flat beer for breakfast, it's all right. I don't mind it. West Kegel says, yes, that stream with Cardinalson ended at 7 a.m. here. Yeah, it ended at 4 a.m. here. So it was ridiculous. Night all. Yep. Good night. Hi, West Kegel, says Carter. And hey, Captain Infinity. I was sleeping after Sting started talking. All right. Good night, everybody. Yeah, Captain, I was just wrapping up. Can't have a huge fire, and it's getting kind of chilly. It's just about midnight here, so it's after last night's stream. It's time for bed. Exactly. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. And yeah, hopefully I can have another bonfire, a little longer bonfire in the next couple of days or in the next week. Have a good night.